Hi guys, I'm Shanil and today we're going to be talking about the process behind making a virtual a cappella choir video. So hopefully we want to make this video the best it can possibly be within a feasible timescale. And so we want it looking quite professional, we want it fun and catchy for the viewer to watch, and importantly to really complement the amazing arrangement that you guys are about to sing. And there's so much that you can do with this video to make it come to life. The effects, the transitions, the cool dynamic video edits. However, I'm going to cover the thought process before you get to the video editing stage. So I'd say it's relatively easy to put together a simple video, but as we pointed out just now, we want it to look professional, fun, and catch the viewer's attention. And I'd say this is really easy to achieve with a little bit of planning and directions towards how people film things. And when put together, it can create a really awesome a cappella video, even without all the cool effects and transitions. So now the question we're asking is, how are we going to direct this? Well, what we want to do right now is give everyone a little bit of direction, such that we can produce a cohesive video and really raise the bar with what we can achieve with minimal editing in the post-processing phase. So the things that I like to think about are filming, lighting, the background and setting, the clothes, general performance, and then a little bit about the organization. So first, about filming. A high quality camera is always recommended, but that doesn't mean people need fancy cameras. Your smartphone camera will do, although I have two recommendations. The first is use the back facing camera, not the front facing selfie camera, as a lot of the time that's of higher quality. And the second thing is to clean the lens, because the last thing anyone wants is a high quality video which is just blurry. So the next thing is the orientation in which people film themselves. I've found for the videos that I've directed, asking everyone to film in landscape has worked perfectly. And I say this just because you want to avoid any magnification or any cropping, which does take time later on. Now this leads on nicely to framing. So how should everyone put themselves in the video? How far or how close should I be to the camera? And now this is up to you for your specific case, especially if you're doing choreo or if you're doing some performance and moving around a lot. Generally, the way I like to think about this is in the final product, the value is really added by being able to see people and being able to see their facial expressions, their emotions, the way in which they are interacting with the audience. Therefore, what I really like to think about here is to reduce the dead space around people. So if I'm all the way back here, right, and I'm filming my video, imagine you have a grid of 9 people like this. Everybody's faces are going to be so small, by which point the impact of your video at the end is, well, just going to be reduced. Cool. The next thing I want to talk about is lighting. So generally you want to have people at least well lit, such that you can see the beautiful features on their face and their expressions and their emotions, as I was talking about before. And this can be either by natural light or by having your own mini lighting rig. Whether that's just a single light, that's okay. A ring light, if you really want to go for it, wherever you have access to. So one thing I would suggest is asking people not to film with a big bright light behind them. A lot of the time if you have a light source behind you, it can really mess up the contrast of the video, or it can be really, really bright and mess up the colors in your face. But one extra thing is that you can use lighting to your advantage if you'd like. This can be as simple as turning off the lights and having a flashlight underneath. So the next thing is the background and what setting you're in. I think the questions to ask are, where are you? Does that mean you're going to be in your room, in your kitchen, in your bathtub? Are you going to be outside? So what I'd say here is that uniformity is key. It does look a lot better, in my opinion, when the backgrounds are similar. So if you're in the garden, for example, everyone's going to have quite a lot of green. And when you put that in a grid, that's going to look great. Swiftly moving on to clothing. So what are people wearing? Is it the same type of outfit? Are people going for a cool street look or a slick look, wearing suits and dresses and bow ties? Does your a cappella group have a color scheme? Are people wearing a combination of different colors? again, bringing that cohesiveness aspect to the video can really up the quality of the final product. The next thing we're going to talk about is performance. At the end of the day, this is one of the biggest things that people are going to see, and this doesn't mean you require lots and lots of choreo, but instead you should really urge everyone to always be thinking about a few key things when filming. So the first is the facial expressions. What facial expressions and emotions are they showing throughout the piece? Second is, how is their body moving? Are they grooving? Are they bopping? Are they swaying? The last is, what is the music saying? This is quite important. So I really recommend going through each section of the song together and think about, right, what is the music saying here? Am I building tension? Is there a drop? What's happened? And how does that correlate to the movement and the expressions that you should have? Also, be sure to look out for unintentional body movements. And what I mean by this is some people can be swaying and moving and bopping when, to be honest, it's okay to be still. Once again, it's all about the facial expressions and how people are singing through the camera to the audience. So, as a final thing to performance, I'd say a general rule should always be to ask people to put more energy and more emotion than they think they should into their performance. And this applies just as much in a live performance as it does in a video performance. So the last thing I'd like to talk about is the organization behind some of these videos. Thinking about the deadlines are really important. What is the timescale of the project? When do you want it completed by? But more importantly, in that timescale, can you incorporate a feedback loop? Now, I think feedback loops are so powerful. What is a feedback loop? Simply, you record your video and you send it back to the video directing team, and they spend some time giving you feedback. Then everyone gets a chance to do a second take at the entire video. And why I think implementing one of these is so important is because it can completely change the quality of the final products that you get from everyone. And it does that for two reasons. One is because everyone's more comfortable with their parts, so they'll perform better, and you've also given them feedback, so they're able to tweak lots of small things. And that increased quality from everyone sums up to a massive change in the quality of the final video. So I think I've done enough talking today. I hope you guys have found this video useful, and please do let me know. Get in touch if you have any other questions. Otherwise, I can't wait to see your videos. Thank you for watching.